Hey there, it's Tyler with AIWritingSchool.com, and today we are talking about using Claude to clone a writing voice. Now, you can use ChatGPT or any other AI writing tool, but today we're using Claude because I like the way it writes. For this example, we are first going to take someone that we want to clone the voice of, and then we're going to train Claude on that voice and then have it write for us by instructing it to create a piece of content. So the first step in cloning a writing voice is finding out which voice you want to clone. We are going to write a productivity article. And so the voice that I want to clone for this example is James Clear. James Clear is the best-selling author of Atomic Habits, and he has written for several years on articles about self-improvement, productivity, things like that. And so we're going to take an example here of writing, and we're just going to grab this, and it's as simple as copying and pasting. And so one little word of advice here is do not just copy and paste and then ask it to write you an article and just use that. The method that I use at AI Writing School is called TIP, train, instruct, and polish. What we're doing here is training it, and then we're going to instruct it. The last step is up to you, is polishing with your perspective as a professional. I'm not advocating for taking someone's writing and just duplicating it. That is not at all what I'm saying here. This is just to create a draft and to get your wheel spinning on someone's particular writing style. So what we're going to do here is we're going to say, please, and this is the first step, we're going to train it. Please review this content and learn the writing style. After reviewing, please respond with a description of the writing style. And the reason why we want to do this, we want to know that it understands the writing voice. So I wouldn't recommend going and getting someone's writing that you don't really understand or don't really know who they are. I know James Clear's content very well, and so I know what his voice sounds like. So I know if this is going to be accurate or not. So let's grab this article here. I recommend doing at least a few hundred words. It looks like this is maybe 500 word articles. So I've got 2 files added. Let's do one more. I think I grabbed that one already. Let's see here. Okay. Last one here. We're just going to copy and paste. Okay. Copy and paste. Has 3 pieces of content now of different links that it's going to evaluate. All right, here we go. So it's going to review the content. It's going to learn the writing style. And this is us training Claude so that we can then instruct it on what we want it to do. All right, so it's reviewed the provided content, and this is how it describes the writing style: clear and accessible. Absolutely. That is one of the reasons why James Clear's book, Atomic Habits, was so popular. It was easily accessible. You didn't have to be some productivity geek or some hacker, growth hacker, to really get the book. It was easy to understand. Conversational tone, absolutely anecdotal. I really love this. It even gives an example here. Practical and actionable, metaphorical, structure, quotation rich. All right. We have now trained it. And the next thing we're going to do is instruct. Train, instruct, polish. So instruct is the next step. Please. And we're going to kind of use the chain of thought idea, which is this concept I've covered before on the channel, where we break things down for the AI instead of allowing it just to have free reign. So we're going to say, please provide me with 5 productivity article ideas using this writing voice and in the niche of AI. Ooh, I like this a lot right here. The AI paradox. Why more tools might be making you less productive. I actually agree with that and believe in that, because I think the more tools that you add to a tool stack, the more overwhelming it can be, and the more you spread out your skill development, and it actually might water down your abilities with AI versus going all in on a specific tool. One tool I've went all in on is Claude. So I actually have personal experience with that. I like that a lot. So I'm going to grab that now. I'm going to say, please, we're going to instruct here, please write a 1,000 word article on using this voice and style of writing. We're just reminding it what we've trained it on. Now we're instructing it on what we want it to do. I'm not worried about SEO optimization here, just giving an example. All right. It's going to craft the article now. It's creating a document artifact. I love this feature in Claude where you click to open it and you can do multiple versions inside an artifact. This is so good. Like I'm genuinely impressed. I've not tested this out on this particular topic, but I love how it is using this style to grab examples. Someone who wrote a book has quotation. This is something that he does in his writing, where he will reference literature and examples that furthers his concept. Oh no, looks like we might have just hit a bug. But nope, I just clicked off of it, so that's my fault there. But yes, I love it. In 2004, psychologist Barry Schwartz, which I'm familiar with this, introduced us to the paradox of choice, an idea that an abundance of options can lead to anxiety, indecision, and dissatisfaction. Let's consider a common scenario. And this is so real. Should I use ChatGPT to brainstorm ideas, or maybe Notion AI or Grammarly? This is excellent. Like, I'm genuinely impressed, not just saying this for the video, but I'm genuinely impressed on how well it has put together this article. Now, here's the last step. It's polish with perspective. I have experience in this particular niche of productivity and writing and AI. And so what I'm going to do now is I'm going to look at all these different examples and look for things that need to be polished from my perspective, whether it's inaccuracies, whether it is just not my voice, whatever it is, I'm going to take things and adjust it. So one thing I just saw here, I recently spoke with Sarah Mark. That's not real. This AI, Claude, is just putting this in there because it's something typical of his writing. This is why polishing with your perspective is so important. Don't just watch this video, take someone's writing, copy, paste. That is the exact opposite of what we teach at AI Writing School. What we teach at AI Writing School is to polish with your perspective. I truly believe that AI, Claude, ChatGPT, these tools, they can make a bad writer a good writer. They can make a good writer a great writer. And they can make a great writer a world-class writer. And so what I want you to do with this is to try it out, test it out, see how it works for you. But don't just copy and paste and create generic content. I want you to use this to further your skills, to study this writing. See, it explains here what James Clear does so well. And so it's your job now to use these lessons and learn from it, and then craft content that actually gets engagement. Because if you just copy and paste AI content and just put it on a website, put it on a blog, yeah, you might get some impressions and a few clicks here and there from Google, but soon enough, Google will figure out people are not engaging with this because it's not human. It doesn't have the human element to it. And so for right now, where AI is at, it requires the human element. This has done a great job. You can definitely clone someone's voice, but this would be what I say is the best way to go about it. This is the best method. The tip writing method, train, instruct, polish. Just walk you through every one of those to show you how to clone a writing style with Claude. Hope this is helpful. If you like more lessons like this, leave me a comment with any questions you have about using AI for AI writing. Thanks so much for joining us at AI Writing School.